I'm Two-Face's brother. Two-Buddy. Hello and welcome to the TidBit podcast. My name is Gary and this is...
David.
And this is...
Aaron.
And I am Gary again.
We're joined today by Gary.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Gary.
Yeah, there's two of them now, what?
There's two of me.
Two of them.
I have to work on my imbalance now.
I'd like to clarify there's only one Gary.
There's only one.
Thank
Oh,
fuck.
thankfully.
Tank. Fuck.
Gary thinks he's a beast, apparently.
My left side's a beast.
He has a bit of muscle on one of his arms, and he thinks he's roided out of it.
It's just by comparison to your other side, that's all.
Yeah, there's a very noticeable difference.
There is.
You can see a big bulge in my left arm
I wouldn't
and
say
then
a
my
big
right.
bulge.
No, it's not.
Giant bulge. It's giant.
No, it's just that there's so little of a bulge in the other
Yeah,
arm.
it's like you have one arm.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Guess which I'm more preferred.
Left.
I'm right-handed.
Which do you play the Switch with?
Both.
Which do you use more?
No, it's still both.
Which
I'm trying to
do you use
wonder.
more
I must be doing something at work for my left arm, or maybe it's
yeah?
because I sleep on my left
You're
side.
overusing your arm at work.
There are so many jokes that can be made.
I know.
It's like, are we just not going there, or
We're
what
not
are we
going
doing?
there.
Apparently we're not going there. That look given to me. Yeah, one side is bigger than the other. Very noticeably.
So what is our next topic?
Yeah. Slide into
How
it.
often is Gary? Our next topic. It depends on who wants to go. Aaron, do you still want to not go? I'll go. Cool.
Jesus, okay.
I think Gary wants to talk about the
Alright,
topic.
my topic's going to be next, and I'm going to talk about remasters. So, I want to know, what do you think about remasters, and if you like the idea of having remasters of properties you had when you were younger, or even just rebooting stuff, or is it actually necessary? Should you just play the original thing as it is intended as the original thing, or is it okay to like bring it to a new audience and change stuff? Because the obvious ones that are in my head at the moment, and the reason why this topic came into my head,
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy comes out June 29th.
Wait, what?
Came out June 29th on the Switch and Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you heard
I
content.
got it a year ago, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But when it came out, it was the best-selling Switch game in the UK.
Yeah.
It is the best-selling Switch game in the UK, like, from when it came out. It sold a lot of copies incredibly quickly. And the difference between the Xbox version and the Switch version, they were 250. Like
the sales?
As in, like, the sales.
Yeah.
And, like, it's doing incredibly well on what's coming on. So it's like, the remastered version is doing very well. And now I'm thinking of other remasters, which are also this week, another one, which is why this is also in my head. The Shenmue 1 and 2 remastered HD version is coming out August 21st. The day has now been announced. A lot of people thought that they were going to come for like another year. I was like, no, everybody's pretty certain that if we never heard anything about it at E3 or that is probably going to come out next year or something. I was like, no, Shenmue Remastered 1 and 2 HD, August 21st. 25th. Colin Firth.
I think remasters are really good because kids nowadays, they don't want to play old games. They want ones that look as good as the new games.
Yes.
So if you're bringing such a great property from the past and rebranding it so that they can enjoy it the way we did when we were younger, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely is. As in, like, what was it they did? Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did
That was a reboot, yeah.
That was a soft reboot because it was still following sort of the same plot as the first, but being told by someone who's gone through it, so it's all skewed. So that's...
The first was better.
The first is absolutely incredible. Yeah, but like, I thought this was like it's a fucking good way to do it because I think in terms of like remakes are okay. Then it's like, what are you doing? Are you doing a soft reboot, a spiritual fucking successor? Gary, please. You got stuff. You're just disrupting my train of thought by doing this thing.
Gary is trying to distract us at the moment.
You don't like me playing with my gut.
No, will you look at me in the eyes? No.
Keep going.
Oh, you keep going. But yeah, like there's a difference between like a soft reboot, hard remake, all those sort of things. All completely fucking
Proper
different.
remaster.
Exactly, proper remasters. Like what's the example of something that was remastered quite recently that was done quite well? Shadow of the Colossus.
That's the one that's
Were you
also in
going
my
with it?
head.
Yeah.
The main thing that comes into my head when I think of remasters, the first company I think of is Bluepoint. Because Bluepoint, who were doing the Shadow of the Colossus remake, and they also did some of the Uncharted series that did all those HD remakes. they have shown like they are because the thing is that for the last like games they've been doing for almost 10 years now, most of their games that they're doing are remakes or remasters of previous titles. But they showed with the scale of what they did with Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is not a remaster, that is a completely new game.
Yeah.
So is Crash Bandicoot. That wasn't a remaster.
Yes,
they
yeah,
remade every bit of code for it.
They had completely different art teams for the first, second, and third game. Like they had different art teams for each of the games. They were just like, this team works on this game, this team works on the art for this game, and this team works on the art for this game. And they all have slightly different art styles in what, their color palettes and different choices and stuff like that, which you can kind of tell. There's also like other things of consistency where some parts of it don't look the same as they do in the other games, where it's like, oh, this one looks better than the other one. Yeah, like the different things were like different in them.
Different jump physics in the first one as well. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Like, the game takes a while to get used to, but then afterwards it's just you fly through it. It's grand.
How did you find the new Crash games compared to the old ones?
I haven't played them.
Have you even played them now?
No, not yet. But
they're on Switch.
Yeah, and they also came out with a wired controller, which is on Crash. So I might get the game with the controller.
Yeah.
Wired controller, because I like the idea of having a controller, not just the two Joy-Cons, which are quite small.
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely, it was like my childhood came back and kicked me right in the balls. It was
It's like playing the exact same games. You get all the memories and just feelings of when I was a kid playing.
Did you manage to get a physical copy when it came out?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I went fucking ever in Dublin looking for them.
I was trying
couldn't find it.
Finally got one.
Oh no, I gave up one night. I was sitting there going, no, digital. I gotta go for it. Yeah, because the Smiths said we're sold out for the next week, and I was like, fuck me. It's ridiculous. Now, Crash 1 felt different, but felt the same.
Yeah.
2 just felt like 2.
Yeah, 3 was
fucking great. 3 was 3. 3 is just 3. The fact that they added in the old levels, like the ones that was a Stormy. No, it wasn't Stormy Ascent, was it? Was it Stormy Ascent?
I'm not sure.
There's a DLC thing for the first one, for the first game, where they brought in like a level that wasn't finished originally.
Yeah.
And they brought that in, and fucking playing that is incredible. That's difficult, but it's very doable. It's just long.
Yeah.
It's just long and very fucking tedious, but it's a nice fucking challenge. And playing that, like, experiencing something that was meant to be put in a game that you grew up with, and you never got to experience it in that way, and then it was, we've redone it all. Oh, and here's the thing that they didn't give you beforehand. Here it is now. And then they've released like a whole new Crash level as well now. That's made by them, just to show that they can do it.
Okay.
And I haven't even got the chance to go home and fucking do that.
I haven't played that one.
Can't wait for that.
Also, as far as I know from what they're saying, they're gonna be releasing probably a new Crash game.
That's what they're hoping.
I hope so.
Which is like that Stormy Descent or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that level was unfinished, so it means that they filled in the blanks of it, and this said,
and they made this new level as well.
That's kind of, and that new level is kind of like the idea of, well, maybe we can try and make more new levels.
It was just, I think it's just like a demo put out there, being like, look what we can actually do. Like the fact that we just put these 3 games out combined into one that was good isn't a fluke. We know what we're doing, which they do. It's rebuilt from the ground up. It's phenomenal. Then you have the other side of good remakes. Silent Hill HD collection, which is made from not the finalized version of the games.
What do you mean?
I mean, there is no fucking fog.
Okay.
There's no fog at all in Silent Hill 2. It's ridiculous. Things in it are just completely fucking broken. Any atmosphere is gone completely.
It's alright. The fog isn't important for Silent Hill.
No, of course not. That doesn't create atmosphere. Like, it's Silent Hill, you're fucking running around. You haven't a clue where you're going. It's like, I will discover this based on shadows. And then you come in and it's like, there's some sort of fucking monster in the background, but in a shadow, but just subtly, you can't see anything. Yeah. And you play the HD remaster and you go out and you're like, there he is. I'll get to him eventually. Or you go out and you look at the lake. Oh, there's no fog on the lake anymore. Oh, that's a massive JPEG in the background. Oh shit. That's what it becomes. Silent Hill, the remaster of that is just a load of shit. And that is an example of you go back and you play the original, because that is a finalised product and done well. I think they released a few patches for it on the PS3, but they did nothing for the 360. Nothing.
Really?
Fucking nothing. I don't know, it's just... Or was it the other way around? It might have been the other way around.
Yeah.
Either way, there was a version that got like a few updates that still did fuck all. And then there's another one, just leave it. It's grand. HD remasters. Wipeout. Wipeout was a very good choice to do. Wipeout HD was a fucking great choice to remaster, like.
What's Wipeout?
Wipeout is just a very futuristic racing game kind of thing, but very futuristic. It's a
racing game that you don't have wheels, it's just the ground.
Okay.
You probably know it.
hoverboard sort of game? Or?
Kind of like that, but you're in like full cars
Yeah.
that are basically floating on the track, and it's incredibly quick.
Yeah.
Pod racing.
It's pod racing,
But he hasn't seen Star Wars, so it doesn't matter.
No.
but it's not on like the horizontal plane. You like do loop-de-loops and everything.
Yeah.
The track goes everywhere.
Like,
It's almost like you're on magnets.
yeah, that's very man-like actually. Yeah, yeah. It's just a typical fucking kart racer actually, because you still have the weapons and all that sort of stuff involved in it. It's just really fast. That's all. It's nice.
Ever played F-Zero?
No.
Okay.
What are the next big remasters coming out? Do we know of any? new
Resident Evil, Shenmue.
Resident Evil, I mean, gone.
Resident Evil, Shenmue is going to be coming out, and that's everything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
In terms of the ones that I'm actually looking at. Because all the other big... Oh, fucking Spyro.
Yeah, wait, is
Spyro's the big one.
That's out this year.
Oh, it was shown. It was shown. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's,
Shown E3.
that's coming out this year, that they're going to be putting out Spyro.
What would you like to see remastered?
What would I like to see
Yeah.
remastered? Mass Effect.
Mass Effect?
The trilogy. Mm-hmm. Would you really want the entire thing remastered?
See, I probably won't play it. I just want to see what Mass Effect would look like now with much improved graphics.
Yeah.
Because when you see the first game and you see the difference between that and the most recent games, that's a big difference. I would love to see that. I would play the first and second game
Yeah.
again with the remaster, because I think they would change some slight things, and that would be cool. But if I actually wanted like a property that, I'm trying to think of remasters that I'd like to see from like a while ago. Lego Ninjago on PS2.
Didn't
Yeah.
expect that.
No.
I actually didn't expect that of all the fucking
It's not
remasters in the
coming
world.
out.
No, it's a joke.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I don't want to play Ninjago.
I don't even know what that is.
There's
one
one
that's-
the Ninjago movie.
Is one of the
No.
shittest games. Is one of the most terrible games that was ever on
I
PS2.
was just like a Lego Ninja thing, that's all I know about.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay.
I don't even think they got the same voice actors from the film, and that's like not a good film. It's like, I don't imagine those people are too hard to find, but even they couldn't get them. I've never played that game ever again in my life unless I want to laugh at something.
So, Aaron, what would you like to see remade?
We'll see, remade or remastered.
Either.
Okay. I'd like a proper remaster. I've already got the majority of things that I want. Like that's as bad as strange as it is. I've got the majority of things that I
One
want.
of my things too.
Yeah, I've got Ratchet and Clank.
That's me
That
too,
came
yeah.
back. That was solid. The film came out. It was a
Yeah.
massive flop. We don't talk about it.
I thought it was okay. It was obviously geared towards children, but I thought it was a okay
I
film.
thought the marketing was shy. Like no one
don't
knew
know.
about it.
Yeah, I know.
No one knew
Yeah.
anything about it. So there was a trailer that came out like a year beforehand, and it was just like a really quick
Wait,
teaser.
I got the game, and then found out there was a film afterwards. I didn't even know it was a
They
film.
came out at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're just
I
the
did,
same
right,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, so there was Ratchet Clank. I got Crash Bandicoot. I'm like, life is good forever now.
If I was asked this 2 years ago, Ratchet and Clank, Crash Bandicoot, that's
Exactly,
it.
that's what it is. Yeah.
I'm sorted.
What else would there be? I fucking do it. Do a good remaster, not remake. Do a good remaster of Silent Hill, except include 1, 2, 3, and 4 because they're
yeah.
part of the original kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like 2 and 3 have the same kind of not the same feeling, but you have 4 and 1 are completely fucking separate. Oh, I like that. I like to be done. It's just so I could. Actually, just to show someone that. Just to show someone Silent Hill 2 for the first time. And they know nothing about it going in. Saying, because like what we talked about last week. Except, you just got a really fucking good one, didn't you? You got a really good one there. So that's what
Gary's
it's
very excited.
except playing like modern controls. So like it's not like it's being held back, still run smooth, all
Yeah.
that sort of shit. That's what I like. I already have the rest.
Yeah.
I don't need any more. You even got Resident Evil, like 4 and shit.
Oh,
2. Resident Evil 4.
oh my
2.
god. Eventually you're going to get the 3.
I don't know if they're going to get to 3.
Like, they probably won't do it because it doesn't have the same amount of... People don't really know what the hell even 3 is.
3 is meant to be like... 3 is a side project, like. It was meant to be Code Veronica was 3. And then they fucking went, shit, we need to put one out this year. And so they just reused a lot of assets from Resident Evil 2.
I actually can't really place what 3 is actually about. Code Veronica is what I think of
3 is
whenever I think of
Nemesis.
it. Is that Nemesis?
3 is Nemesis.
I can't actually remember.
Really?
I can remember
Yeah,
Code
3 is-
Veronica, I can't remember
I can
Nemesis.
barely remember Veronica. I remember Code Veronica, yeah.
If I had to think of things, there's good remakes that I can imagine, like good remasters
Yeah.
that would actually do well, I think. And then there's ones that I would want.
But
And then
what
there's
you
one-
want?
What I would want is Call of War Ace.
Which
Wanna
one?
be-
The original?
First, second. I like the second one a lot. I played that game. I finished it like over 50 times in all difficulties. It's one of those games I played a lot. I just really liked it. Also, Bullet Witch. I'd love to play that again, but actually, I know I've said that it's a terrible game.
It's terrible, yeah.
Literally last week I talked about this as like a terrible game that I would have as like a Razzie award.
But you still love it.
But I love it so much. I would love to see what would happen if they actually had a really good studio like Blue Point to have it. Because the ideas are so good. The idea that you can have a spell where you can make a wall come out of nowhere. You throw a rose, and then a field of spears comes up and hits people. You can have a lightning bolt or meteor come down, and it would destroy like any skyscrapers. Sorry, that's the TidBit phone going off. One of the colleagues will take that up.
Yeah,
It's
true.
being picked up though, is it?
What?
It's not being picked up though, is it?
Dunno.
There's a telephone going. Either way, whether it's picked up or not.
Telephone going.
Do you know what I'd
No,
love?
it's alright. Somebody who is in the meeting room, they'll get it.
Do you know what would be a great remake?
What?
Fortnite. I'd love a new Fortnite,
I'd like a finalised version of it. No, fuck off for your remaster. Like,
I can't imagine a sequel.
No,
How do you make a sequel on that?
you'll never top it.
you call it like 2 weeks later or some shit like that. I don't know.
No, you can't have a sequel to a game which is just a multiplayer game about building, because it's a multiplayer game about building. How do you have a number 2 for that?
I know, I can't wait. 2 is actually announced, I think.
Screw you, David. That would be the biggest news right now, and we would definitely hear about that.
Fortnite 2,
But
Do you not think there's any point to like doing like sequels to that kind of thing?
I think they can do a sequel. I don't think they should.
Oh, they really shouldn't. But like, if they wanted to milk it and like actually put out the next one not be free to play as well.
Even
I
if
don't think they could.
here's,
Yeah, I
here's
think they could.
No.
I think you could easily do that whereby you leave this version and just say fuck it, it's the finalized version and put out a
And just make a new map and just new.
put out a fully polished product.
I understand new maps.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think that is the way
But
to
if
go.
they just do that, just make a new map is a new game.
I think that is the way to go, not with a new game, but with new maps as extra stuff, because there are games that, like, you'll see, like, I know the MOBAs, like, freaking Dota 2, stuff like that. The games that have been there, League of Legends, the games that have been there for 10 years. Like, for example, World of Warcraft, that's had, like, 5 or 6 games since, like, World of Warcraft, the MMORPG came out. There have been, like, basically 5 or 6 different versions where you'll see people who have not played it for a few years, and they come back and say, no, this is a completely different game.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play it, because the game is still running, but they're changing it so much that it's still become a constant thing that they just know that you can log on to World of Warcraft and play the game. I think that's the way that it should go, where it just becomes a standard that when you go onto the game, it just changes over time.
Yeah, like Minecraft. It'd be like Minecraft.
Exactly. Minecraft doesn't need a number 2.
No.
Fortnite doesn't need a number 2.
Why did
But it
Destiny get a
should get
sequel?
one.
Sorry?
Why did Destiny get a sequel then?
Because they screwed up the first one.
They didn't do much better with the second, but like at the same time you could have still put it out. But the best bit about the first one was the expansions, were the actual expansions and the changes they made.
But they also had like the entire point of that was about a story. Fortnite is a story, and Destiny is about a story. Like, do you have characters in that one? Also, that's why you can kind of make a second one to that, rather than you could just make Destiny about, because that's what they originally wanted Destiny to be. That this game can be played for 10 years, and they would just update and have expansions. And the game didn't do well, and then they made the second one, and they added on to the story. They could have just done that with expansions, but I think a part of them just want to release something else and change it slightly and do more stuff. I don't know, because I don't know that game or the one before that too well.
I've thought of a remake I actually would like. No, a remake.
Yeah.
Simpsons Hit and Run, but with more levels.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Simpsons Hit and Run, just same premise.
More levels, or do you just want like a more expanded map?
More levels. More levels, more missions. Not the exact same game, because you can't improve the graphics that much. It's The Simpsons, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I think Simpsons Hit and Run. That's what I want. Because I got everything else I wanted. Crash Bandicoot, Ratchet and Clank.
Fuck, I even got Halo. Forgot about that completely. Oh, Halo's really
Oh, and
yeah.
the Halo's going to be coming out. The Master Chief Collection's coming out later this year.
Wait, what?
No, it's already out, but they were doing a better version of it. They were doing extra parts of it.
Like what?
DLC?
No, they've literally said like Halo Chief Master Collection. Like, no, sorry, no, it already came out. But
Like years ago.
sorry, no, that came out years ago. But what they wanted to do is that they're updating it slightly because they said that it looks terrible.
It doesn't run the best. Like,
That's the problem. So they're releasing updated patches.
yeah, there's a lot of problems with it, but at the same time, it's for solo experience, it's grand. No, because the fact that you got Halo 1 Combat Evolved remastered. That remake was actually very fucking
But it's
well
the third one that people had a lot of issues with.
But there's a third one.
You said the third one doesn't look any different.
That would make sense though, because the first one was they did like Combat Evolved Anniversary, which is completely different. You can switch between the original fucking graphics and the modern graphics.
That's pretty cool.
With one button, and
Yeah.
it just literally blacks out for a moment and fades back in. Everything's in the same place.
That's
Might be
cool.
the occasional tree that's out of order or some shit, but it is the same fucking game. It's incredible. 2, when they finally did 2, that looked fucking great. Can't lie, 2 looked absolutely amazing, and they added new stuff in story wise as well for Halo 2. But 3, they never did a remaster. They never did anything before that.
That's what they're doing,
So
I think.
that's what they're going to do, is it?
I remember a load of things about it recently, or at least like a month ago, that they're talking about it. And I think like a big thing they were saying about it, I can't remember what it was though, because I don't play Halo that often.
Yeah.
I don't really know Halo.
I'd say just throw Reach on there as well.
I don't
Just do
care
it.
about
Reach,
Halo.
yeah.
Reach is just because that tells the whole story. It's not part of like one thing, one company, that kind of thing. Nice way to do it.
I would like Ratchet Gladiator.
Ratchet Gladiator.
What did you think
Or
of
to
that?
our other
I liked it.
across the
You liked
world
it?
fucking listeners,
Oh,
up your arsenal.
up your no. Two
Wasn't
was, two was up your arsenal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Shit, this is really awkward now.
What was Gladiator was Deathlock.
Deathlock, you might be right. Yeah.
Deathlock.
Right, let me tell you the best remaster or
Yeah.
reboot you could ever do. Dino Crisis.
Fuck. We said this last week. We started talking about Dino Crisis. Really?
That's a fantastic
How
experience.
Would you, experience. But how would you get people now to buy into Dino Crisis?
It's dinosaurs on an island. Literally, there's one part where you're in a... No, I'm not saying it's a bad game. Like, it's actually an alright game. Like, it's a good game.
It's just ridiculous.
No,
Dino
it's
Crisis
just
is
it's just
free.
like a fun game that... Can you imagine,
There's
right?
three of them.
Imagine Resident
Take one more.
Resident Evil tank controls.
No.
Okay? No, that's not a bad thing. But Resident Evil tank controls, which are an integral part of Resident Evil,
Yes, they are.
the first 3 games, and what happens is that you go down a hallway. There's a moment in the game. You go down a hallway, and then the cutscene just kind of plays and shows that in another part of the hallway, the roof comes down, and a raptor is there. And there's a raptor, and you have tank controls, and you're going down the hallway, and you don't know which corner it's gone down.
It's a
you just know that exactly it's a Dino
There's dinos
Crisis.
around.
You just know that it's in the building, and that you have to make your way around while the raptor is following you,
Yeah.
or trying to find you. And then you go into an office building at one point, which I still remember to this day, even from like when I was 6 years old. You go into an office building, and then the T-Rex, his head goes through the windows, and tries to attack you. And then he just
Are you
goes
sure
away.
he didn't want us to be friends? I think he did.
David, they don't speak.
Maybe not in
No
your
feelings.
fucking world, but like.
If they don't speak English, I'm not going to
Still
talk
have
to them.
feelings.
I'm not going to learn.
Do dogs have no feelings?
Cows are smarter than dogs. It's a completely separate
I'm
argument.
not going to
I know.
argue, but
Yeah,
I might
it's
be.
that's a different argument, but it's a fact, right?
Don't know. Never seen either take a test.
I win.
Do you?
I win.
I feel like I'm caught in the middle.
Aaron, did you?
I
Fuck
still.
this, I don't like confrontation, as we say constantly. No, not happening. There's a joke there because that's a quote from fucking Rex from Toy Story. I don't like confrontation.
At last, Javert,
Do you get it?
we see each other plain. Monsieur le Maire.
Oh my god.
Lame is.
Wear a different
Finally out.
chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
But yeah, anyway, remasters.
Remaster. I want Dino Crisis. That's straight up just going to be. I would be if they eventually just said Dino Crisis is going to be remastered. I'd be
You'd be
that
a
is
boy.
that is my most excited for game that's ever going to be coming out.
But what would you prefer? Okay, that's actually a question I want to base it, okay? Was it Crash Bandicoot was your most wanted one?
I want a
Yes.
Resident Evil because that's a tank control just like Resident Evil. If the same company who's working on that can work on that, because as far as I remember, Dino Crisis is done by Capcom. That's why it's similar controls,
Yeah.
because they developed it roughly similar to how it basically it feels the exact same as Resident Evil.
It is. It's pretty much
The
yeah.
first Resident Evil, it feels the exact same way. So if they did the same thing they did with Resident Evil Remaster, or sorry, the Resident Evil reboot, which is like they've already said Resident Evil 2, the Capcom like rep has said like no, this is not going to be remastered. This is entirely just a new thing. So I would like it like that for Dino Crisis. I think it would do incredibly well.
Okay, well then,
Well, I think I would definitely buy it, and it would do incredibly well for me.
On the Switch.
on the Switch,
Switch.
it'll sell 10 copies and be the fastest selling fucking game in all of the UK as well on the Switch. I'm so sorry. But the question it's sold out unbelievably well. Everyone in the country
We
with a
sold
Switch
all
bought it.
9 of them.
We sold all 9 of them. Shit, there was a pre-order left. I'll take it.
You can't sell out digital copies.
Oh jeez. Okay.
You
Anyway,
can't quiet the internet.
I can try.
It will
I can
happen.
try.
It's going to happen.
You
Someone
look at the
shut
window
up.
as you did that.
Yeah.
You look at the window, you did a real emotion there. It
He's
will
letting
happen.
the world know.
Yes.
I have actually heard like a good few like journalists and stuff like that who've just said like media people have just said Dino Crisis would be interesting because of the Resident Evil stuff, and they said that'd be an interesting one.
Be interesting, but that's more of a cult fucking classic than
Yeah.
Resident Evil. Like,
I next time I'm like down on Awfully, if I have time, I would like to set up the PS1 just to play Dino Crisis and
Yeah.
finally actually go through the story and finish it.
but in order for it to be like a solid fucking remaster or like remake one, you need to put some serious amount of money into it. But would
Yeah.
you put that amount of money into it if you're not sure that you're going to get like all that shit back?
Dinosaurs sell.
Dinosaurs sell.
In the 90s.
But when you say here's a remake of a game from the fucking 90s, in the PS1 era, and it still plays the same, go for it. There's dinosaurs.
Spyro.
Yeah, that's very different.
He's not a
That's
dinosaur,
Yes,
he's a
very-
dragon.
Yes, it is.
That's
He's a
very
dragon.
different.
Yes, it is. But that was a
Purple
PS1
dragon.
thing.
This is Crash Bandicoot, but again, a completely different thing. Like if you have Crash Bandicoot, it makes sense why you do Spyro. But if you have like
There's a good one. Alone in the Dark.
that, did really well, didn't it, when it came back?
Exactly. Alone in the Dark was a very, very old game. It was one of the first. It was the second or third like survival horror experience you could probably get. Some people consider it the first one, or the first true one. And then they did a version that was on the PS1, Alone in the Dark, which I have and I played. But that's like a very like simple thing. It's kind of like it feels like Silent Hill, but like in like a mansion.
Yeah.
So kind of a cross
not a
between
mansion.
those. But that is similar in that way that had a cult following and had people who liked it, but it wasn't necessarily a popular game. And then they did it. The game was not the best.
The game was shocking, Gary.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good. Sorry, I misspoke. No, it wasn't that good. I played it. It was terrible.
There
A
you
lot of
go.
things didn't make sense. You could actually skip chapters. It was stupid. Like if you actually got collectibles, it was the idea of that this game is like a film. So it means you can, just like a film, skip scenes. So if you unlock enough collectibles in one chapter, you can skip to almost the end of the game.
Game like a film. Are you thinking of Uwe Boll as well?
What?
Uwe Boll, the director?
Oh.
Oh,
Why did you skip scenes in a film?
No, but
Oh.
it was really stupid. You could just go to the end of it. So literally, I would skip entire boss battles. And I'm just thinking,
Just because you don't feel like it.
I know, but can you imagine like the people who had to like design those things? I don't know if they're like all for that, if there are problems with it, but I can imagine that being like such a shit show. And it was.
it was highly.
It was, and it didn't even feel that good. Some parts of it would, even finding enemies, they were way too difficult and it was too like monotonous.
At least you skip them.
It was too anal about the details and how you actually like defeat enemies. Like you only can shoot like they have like this certain like crack that goes down their body, like as if like they've been in two, but like a big vein that goes through their body. You can only shoot the vein. And when I'm in a vein, I'm like literally like 2-inch diameter apart, and that's it. Unless you shoot that part of the body, which is different for each one of the monsters, then you don't kill it. That's it. It's so stupid.
You're not alone in the dark.
Sounds
But
stupid.
just like that, I think if they can make it Alone in the Dark, they can make a Dino Crisis.
Yeah, but Alone in the Dark does not have a good reputation, so why would you wouldn't put any faith into it?
It has a reputation because it was one of the first of a genre.
It was, but that's been kind of tainted, hasn't it, with everything that's been done with Alone in the Dark since.
Oh yeah, because the 360 game was terrible.
And the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the dude?
Uwe Boll.
No, I know the director, but who's
Yeah.
the guy who was in it?
Can't remember who's in it.
I can't remember him.
Do you know who Uwe Boll is?
I don't.
Uwe Boll made like the House of Dead films and all this sort of stuff. He likes making adaptations of games. Really, really shit.
Yeah.
As in really fucking bad.
So-
and if someone doesn't like them, he will challenge them to a fucking boxing match.
He had a
Wait,
boxing
actually
match.
happened.
He had a boxing match with a reporter. He's
The reporters, yeah.
He's
he
German,
win?
isn't he? He's German.
I think he kicked the shit out of the
Yeah.
reporter, yeah.
But it's also it is actually like confirmed as a thing that he does this to get out taxes.
Yeah.
Because what happens?
so?
Because what happens is that it's art.
Okay, yeah, so as a
So he
creator.
puts his money for taxes into the film, but he puts it into the film and puts it down as, well, I'm a filmmaker, all this money that I was using went into my art. So he puts millions into his films.
Then pays himself back through that money.
And so what happens is that he puts them through the money. It's almost like laundering, but basically what he does is that he goes through the films as like, oh, this is the tax on the art. And that's what he does. He does that. He has done that with all of his films, and people have called him out on it. Then he says, I will fight you.
And he does.
And he does.
And he does.
And he wins.
He goes through with it. And it's just so funny. I love seeing those
He's
pictures.
such a prick.
I love seeing these pictures of this director, like just there topless with like two boxing gloves.
Is he big, like, is he, or what?
He's like 6 foot something. Like he looks like what you'd imagine like a Finnish middle-aged drinker to be.
Who's good at fighting?
In House of the Dead, like, he actually spliced in like moments of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. During like an action sequence, I think it was.
I've never seen House of the Dead.
No, that's okay. Don't need to. And just splices in like a quick second of actual gameplay, but like arcade gameplays where it's still like the fucking oh, it's horrible. It's so bad.
Reminds me of Doom.
Oh no.
So now we're just going on to just
The Doom
film
thing is being done now,
adaptations.
isn't it? Doom's coming
Doom's
out.
being done again.
Without Doom Guy.
Without doing it?
Doom Guy.
Oh, speaking of like reboots or remasters,
There's a
we're
go.
obviously going to talk about Bethesda. Bethesda rebooted the Wolfenstein franchise, which
Yes.
is dead since the PS2 era.
They also gave us our 17 remakes of Skyrim that we've been craving.
Yeah,
suppose.
but that's just like putting it to different systems, basically. Also, I really like the joke that they did at E3,
That joke was good,
but they
yes.
did the whole thing about like, oh, now I can play it on Amazon Alexa. By the way, you actually can. No, that's the thing. They did that as a joke.
Actually.
No, they did that as a joke. It's like, yeah, it's finally on Amazon Alexa. Yeah, that's actually a game.
Wait,
They actually made that, and you can get on the Amazon Alexa device. You can play Skyrim. That's a joke, and at the same time, they did it.
What?
That's commitment to a joke.
No, that's true. Like, look it up. You will see people playing this game. It's really fun. But anyway,
Jesus,
no,
I didn't know this.
no. But that is the best way to describe Bethesda. That they will do something as a joke because they want to, but at the same time, they fucking did it. They will joke about it at the same time they will do it. Like recently, Todd Howard said about the whole direction they were going with multiplayer. It's just like, yeah, we're going to go with the multiplayer, but we're not going to stay doing multiplayer. And he was given all the shade about other people. Oh, Todd Howard's good. But they're doing the same thing. But in terms of like reboots, they did the same thing with Doom. They did that with Wolfenstein. They made Wolfenstein BJ Blazkowicz one of my favorite well-written characters I can remember. And well-named character. Yeah, he's a stupid name. He is still one of the most remembered characters I can think of in a game.
He's so human. It's so good.
It's so
I'm
good.
named BJ.
Shh. It's okay.
But like
helps, though.
they
It
made
does help.
they made a guy who was just literally a portrait in like the side of the screen.
They'll make different faces.
They made, like to show your health, and that's all he was. And then they made this game, and now he's actually like a well-written character.
Yeah, that first Wolfenstein game they did there a couple of years ago. That was solid. I haven't played the second one. I haven't played Wolfenstein 2, but the first one they did, you get emotionally invested in that character completely. Absolutely, it's great.
And it's Bethesda have done really well with like Prey. Another good example of a game. They like reboots and remasters of games that were not too well received when they came out. Like obviously at one point they were very big. Doom and Wolfenstein being gigantic games when they first came out, and then sequels after that. But then when they finally came into like the actual powerful consoles, and when I say powerful, I mean like the ones that were like PS2 era and stuff like that. When you had stuff like Wolfenstein, which was not well received, like Castle Wolfenstein was shit.
Yeah.
Because I played that game on PS2. And then they had
The 2009 version wasn't there then? PS3.
They had a Wolfenstein version, where the front of it was a skeleton Nazi
on fire.
on fire and blue.
Yeah.
And they had that, which was a part of Bethesda, but then they decided, like, straight up, that let's just, like, rewrite everything. And, like, to start off afresh with this character, but at the same time make it as ridiculous as what you'd imagine.
I like how much time they put into doing Doom again. I know like that's a hard reboot as well, but it still allusions to the fact that it's actually the same Doom guy from the first one, like from the original stuff, which is
You don't see his face, and, like, they're making fun of like other games and the action genre when you play that game, because when you first come out of it, when he eventually gets his suit, Like you put on the suit and everything, and then a screen comes up, and the guy, like with any other game, the introduction is just that, oh, you're awake, quick, come to this place and I'll meet you there. We have to start off the engine again because, you know, the portal to hell has opened.
Was it Samson?
I can't remember, but basically the portal to hell just opened, and it's just like, no, we have to stop these like beings coming out of it. So you meet me on the platform and we'll turn on the engine or whatever, some shit. But as he's saying, like, okay, so go down there and to the right and into the elevator, and he just punches the screen and destroys it, and he just kicks it to the other end of it, and he's like,
okay.
And then it just goes doom, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. And that's the introduction to the game.
Every little like story that comes up in that, you can just go fuck right off.
All the story that happens in the game is that he destroys it. Like when you come out of an elevator at some point, they also
the elevator one is great. Yeah.
They also time when you come out of the elevator, like in that introduction, they actually time the shotgun. Do you know?
Yeah, with the
music. So
yeah.
when you come out, it goes like, and then the music stops, and then you come out and fight. It's like, oh yes. But that game, it gets better as you play the game, with the final third being like the best part.
I like they waited so long to do it though, because you've seen like the concept of what Doom was originally going to be at Doom 4. It's horrible. Like it's essentially hell on earth.
I played Doom, the other games as well, which are like the really bad ones that were on Xbox, original Xbox.
Which one? What do you mean?
Yeah, they're not too noticeable. They were like really bad ones that were on there was I will show you.
Really? Okay.
I have it on original Xbox. I can show you. I can send you a picture of it. It's really bad. But it wasn't really a good game. Like it went into the whole hell thing, but then like you're going through corridors and they were just jump scares.
Yeah, but Doom 3.
The game, it was a survival horror jump scare game.
Doom 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking horrific. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. That's the game. He knows.
Okay, yeah, because
There's the third one.
the way I said, like, you know, that, like the way they with Doom 4, and there's other games as well. Obscure. 1, 2, 3.
Two.
Yeah, it's Doom 3 is okay. As an individual game, I don't think it's horrible. I think as a Doom game, it's fucking atrocious. And then they fixed a lot of issues with it in the BFG edition when they released it again on the 360. They released a collection of like Doom 1, 2, and the final version of 3. And again, like that changed some things where you can always have a flashlight out, so it's not a load of bullshit. But then they were making Doom 4 for years. They'd shown it off, and I was like, it was essentially what Doom 2 was, which was hell on earth. But it just looked like a fucking Call of Duty clone, and the way I played and all, it didn't look good. And there's videos out there of like alpha gameplay, and again, there's the glory kills are in it, but just not as impressive, obviously being alpha. But the fact that he just went, lol, no, fuck that, and cancelled it, and then it was like, here's Doom again, here you go. And they were doing Doom Eternal, which is Doom 2 Hell on Earth. Fuck it. It'd be grand.
Remasters. I'm trying to think of more like remasters off the top of my head, but I can't really think of any more that I'm excited about apart from Dino Crisis. Will eventually happen. Like there's no way if you do a dinosaur game that's not going to be a Dino Crisis or something like, what's it called, Blue Lizard or something like that, which was a dinosaur game. Never mind.
Blue Dragon.
Okay.
Blue Dragon?
Not Blue Dragon.
No,
screw you. That was a
game.
That's a thing, yeah.
JRPG on 360.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about a game that was full on like was on like Genesis. It was an old game.
Oh.
Maybe N64.
Not sure.
Old game, very old game.
I'd like the first Banjo-Kazooie.
They were remastered.
Oh, like HD
Sort of.
versions?
Yeah.
HD versions? Yeah.
Yeah,
Suppose.
they were.
But I'd love to see fucking Banjo-Kazooie one done from the ground up. I'd like that. It'd be nice.
I want to see that witch again.
It's that fucking witch.
Yeah.
That witch is terrifying,
What
I
was
can't
it?
lie.
I remember all their names are just the names that I imagine for it. It's like Griselda.
Griselda was the first witch.
Griselda
Classic
and
witch names.
yeah, or Brumtilda. I don't know.
Brumtilda.
Brumtilda. I don't know. I'd really.
So to conclude, Gary, you'd like to see
Dude, I want Dino Crisis, and for anything else that's going to be coming out, Resident Evil 2. That's the remake. Shenmue. I am pre-ordering Shenmue, by the way. By the time I get home, I'm going to pre-order Shenmue.
Yeah.
I straight up.
You would like.
I have everything I want. I'm even getting my Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You're sorted.
Everything's done.
David, you.
I'd like Simpsons Hit and Run. That's it.
That's it.
Because I'm happy with Crash and happy with Ratchet and Clank.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
And what about any like ones that are going to be coming out?
None that excite me, you know.
Don't give a shit.
No.
I'm kind of excited about Spyro.
Yeah.
But that's just because I never played it in full. I played like over friends' houses and bursts and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have a full experience with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's not the one with Elijah Wood though. which
Okay,
is
so
unfortunate.
David, just before like you start like moving shit, Thank you very much for listening to the TidBit podcast. My name is Gary, and this was
Aaron.
and this was
David.
And if you want to reach out to us, feel free at talktotidbit@gmail.com. And we're going to see you. We're just going to take a little break and go on to the next episode, which you'll probably get the day after this one's come up. Thank you very much for listening. See you, dudes.
Bye.
Hello.